Alright, so welcome back, everybody. Last session, you all were still inside of the Dungeon of the Dead 3, continuing your search for cultists and any survivors, any prisoners within, going about your business of destroying this cult for Captain Darnanzaj, who would have offered you all a hefty sum of 200 gold pieces each for the mission. So as you continued through this sewer system turned hideout slash dungeon, destroying any cultists you came across and freeing prisoners from their bonds as you went, you eventually came across the aftermath of a deadly struggle between a huge brute of a man and a rather deadly looking cultist who had managed to flay his own face of any flesh, leaving just the bloody and nicked skull beneath it. As he saw you all, he became alarmed and fled, heading deeper into the dungeon to prepare himself for what he assumed were allies of his adversary. That person that he was fighting being none other than the massive brute of a man known as Mortlock Van Thamper, the youngest son of the Lamra Van Thamper. Many of you living in the city recognized that name, the Van Thampers being a very prominent family that had just recently risen to the position of one of the High Dukes of Baldur's Gate through some less than savory means. After meeting with Mortlock and unintentionally saving him from a brutal death at the hands of that cultist that had just fled, Mortlock revealed that he had been deceived, that his brothers had apparently made an attempt to have him murdered, turning the cultists against him. He revealed to you all that he was, in fact, one of the people behind the recent spree of murders in Baldur's Gate, that he had been instructed by his mother and his brothers to oversee the conduct and the activities of the Dead Three cultists, that it had been tasked to him to try and minimize the effectiveness of the Flaming Fist, to try and sour their view in the eyes of the people of Baldur's Gate, to prove that they were ineffective, and thus try to have them run out of town. Mortlock's goal in doing this was to get all of those cultists to continue doing those murder sprees until faith in them was pretty much gone, them being the Flaming Fist. So after having enough of back alley deals and the dark nature of his family's business, Mortlock decided to aid you all however he could. But first, of course, there was that cultist to deal with. Mortlock informing you all that there was no escape from the places that he went into, that the only thing back there was effigies of the cultists' dark gods, Bane, Baal, and Merkel. You went back to face the skull-faced Vaz, that one remaining cultist in this dungeon system, and after a brutal fight and several blows that would have destroyed any normal being, Vaz was eventually killed. Afterwards, you all gathered up what treasure you could carry and made your way to leave the bathhouse. But as you exited the building, a group of dragon cultists led by one Altus, who, if you remember from the letter you received earlier, had been tasked with recovering the hoard of the Dragon Queen, the treasure of Tiamat. These cultists jumped from ambush and surprised you all, and demanded the return of their treasure. But after some quick thinking and quicker talking, you all managed to convince them to accept only taking the crown, Tiamat's golden crown, as, at least for now, payment enough for essentially relieving the treasure from the Cult of the Dead 3. So that is where we pick up now. You all are just now leaving the bathhouse. Most of the treasure in tow, minus one 5-pointed crown depicting those 5 chromatic dragons.
Does anybody have the actual coins and stuff that we got out of those boxes? Because it doesn't look like it's in the group loot character sheet. I don't know who is maintaining the character sheet.
we
Yes.
have them written down. I'll post it. We have it written down, but I don't think we added it yet.
Okay.
Oh. I'll post it again.
Okay. There it is. And then there's
That's just like the stuff that was
Oh, wait.
from that run room. That's not all the gold that was in those chests.
Right.
Yes. Sorry, I was just copying something that Althea said a bit ago.
I can go over it again if you all need to. Now that you're all out of the dungeon, we can have that converted at your first convenience.
What time of day is it right now?
So, you all went in there. Went in the evening, right? Or did you go in during the day during operating hours?
We went in during operating hours,
Okay.
like immediately after we.
Right, okay. So, that would put it probably about 3 or 4 in the afternoon at this point.
Oh, good. So, safer to travel around the streets.
Oh, yeah. So, I'll go ahead and convert all of this to gold now that you all are outside. There's no need for the extreme weight of all of those coin-laden chests, which I believe were on Anicola as a horse last time we left off. Right, Horsicola.
Yes,
Horsicola.
Okay, so if somebody wants to take these down, I will do just the coinage right now, and then I'll go to items. So I'm going to convert this all to gold. So the first chest had 45 gold in it. The second chest had 125 gold in it. The third chest had 74 gold in it. And then, as far as items, there was 2 potions of fire breath. There was, you can just translate these straight into gold. There is another 100 gold in eye agates. You just translate those straight to gold. There is the porcelain dragon mask, which, unless anybody wants to keep or try to sell that anywhere else, is 25 gold.
Didn't we lose that, or was that the crown?
The crown.
That was the crown we lost.
Okay. And that is it.
600, or no, not 600, 369 total gold.
Nice.
Is anybody else editing the group loot, or do you want me to do it?
I'm in it right now. Do we want to split it?
Yeah, I mean, we can just
split it evenly, or do we want to just put it in here?
I'm fine with going ahead and splitting it if we want to.
There's 5 of us, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's 73 each. And then like 1.
I forget how much money I had before. Doggone it.
You don't keep it on your sheet?
Yeah,
Well, I just remade the sheet. How much gold does everyone else have on average?
Oh, you gave me a bit of yours. I remember that we had before, because I sold everything to buy.
I'm trying to remember how much gold I had.
Who is someone who didn't go shopping yet?
Me.
Well,
Layden.
How much gold do you have?
Yeah, Layden would be.
the 2 of us haven't gone shopping, but we also started with.
You wouldn't have gotten gold from before.
Right.
So I think Anicola and Kroll are our 2 best gauges on who has gold right now.
Then Kroll. Kroll, how much money do you have before the 73?
I started off with 48 gold and 18 silver.
So it would have
Okay.
been probably about 42.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, because I was broke before the 73.
Alright.
All right. Go ahead and turn off the intense "You Might Die" music and put on chill.
Are y'all keeping rooms at a specific inn?
As you mentioned that, Mortlock kind of approaches and says, "There was an imp that keeps watch out here. It will be reporting back to my brother soon." This is outside in the bathhouse garden area.
Lovely.
Who is this again? You said Wartlock?
Mortlock Van
the guy we
Thamper.
rescued.
Yeah.
Oh.
The big
Oh,
giant
yes,
the
dude
big fruit
that looked
guy.
like a hound.
Okay. Hmm.
This guy.
His-
Showing you again.
His name leads me to believe he's a. Oh wait, okay, Mortlock. I think it said Wartlock, as in like warlock with a T.
So, as you all make your way away from the bathhouse, he would say, "Be careful on the streets. My brothers will surely have learned of my betrayal and my learning of their betrayal. They will be after me, and it is safe to assume that they know of your involvement as well. Be careful on these streets. There is a, well, for lack of a better word, a dive that I like to frequent. My brothers know not of it. It is hidden just north of the Wide. It's called the Sunken Sea Rat."
There's a dive just north of the Wide. There's a dive in the upper city.
Mm-hmm. That's why his brothers don't know about it, because it's not a very, very unique place, it is a very unique place. But he does tell you that that is where he plans to wait it out, and he'll be leaving the city as soon as he can. He says that if all of you need a place to rest, then he can vouch for you there. The Sunken Sea Rat, the upper city.
Having lodgings in the upper city could be very useful.
I wouldn't call these lodgings as much as a damp cot.
Yes, but it's still
Somewhere's
the
better than nothing.
ability to come and go as we wish from the upper city.
Yes, there is still sewer accesses to it as well, but that is my mother's domain. She is likely to have agents down there.
That was called the Sunken Rat,
The
you
Sunken
said?
Sea Rat.
The Sunken Sea Rat.
So with
If there's
that,
cultists there, we could kill them.
the remaining cultists, fear not. I believe they will find you. There's not many of them left. Maybe half a dozen or so. There is one who was not present in the dungeon when you all came. Her true name is unknown, but she goes by Slaughter. You'll know her if you see her.
She sounds like a lovely person. Perhaps she'll want to dance.
She does sound lovely.
Mortlock told us where to find both of his brothers, correct?
Yes, he said that his brother can be found in the evening hours at the Low Lantern. It is down in the lower city,
Yep.
not
boat.
far from the Elf Song Tavern. In fact, I can open that up on your map now so you can get a better idea of where that's at. There you go, the Low Lantern.
And then the one brother, the one with that he said sent the imp. That's the one that like never leaves their manor house,
Correct.
right?
He is a shut-in. He does not leave the house.
Okay. I didn't take good notes last session, and it's been 2 weeks.
Furthermore, the Van Thamper Villa, some of you would know where it is right there.
And this is the wide, which is the big merchant area, correct? Right
Correct.
there.
That is correct, yes.
Shall we go with our large friend here to the Sunken Sea Rat and perhaps spend some of our coin?
I'm really sorry. The sea rat is what is that again?
It's a
It's a tavern.
Oh
yeah, but it's in the upper city, so
Mm.
if we have lodgings, and I realize I'm saying lodgings with serious air quotes here, but if we have lodgings in the upper city, that means that we can come and go from through the gates as we wish.
Any place we can get a bit of rest should be fine. She'll neigh. That was her. That no. No, she went back to normal after they sold everything. But yeah, she'll agree that any place to rest would be good. She's pretty exhausted right now with a third of her hit points.
Alright, so to the Sunken Sea Rat then?
Sure.
On the way there,
Sure.
could Anna just swipe a quick hide armor from somewhere?
Make an investigation check, first off.
Okay, to find it, yes. I'm really good at these.
So Anacola, although you are scouring the neighborhood for any vendors, any shopkeepers that may have some armor that may be on display or otherwise, you just cannot seem to find a good target. You get the idea that if you were to try to swipe any of these, you are certain that you would be caught. There's too many guards around, and the pieces that you find that would be suitable for your needs are either far in the shop or simply aesthetic. They're not really functional.
Mm-hmm. But does
Can
she
Layden
find
help
people
her?
who are selling hide armor?
There's not too many shops
Someone
out
help
here.
her. Could someone wait, she'll approach the Dragonborn, knowing how keen eyes those lizards have. And she'll kind of like tug on his arm. Could you
Yes, how can I help you?
help me find a bit of hided armor made of, felts and animal skins and such?
All right, so you
Sure,
can
why
go ahead
not?
and try an investigation check yourself there, Layden.
I'll guide
Okay.
him. When I touched his arm, I guided him.
Okay, go ahead and use up your guidance. You have a D4.
So that's an 11.
11.
Does it work?
Okay, so again, you do find like there's not many shops around in the lower and upper city. Most of the vendors and things like that are up in the wide. The shops that you do find here, you do find a couple shops that look like they might have hide and leather armors and various things like that. But here in the city, in these sections of the city, they are pretty well patrolled. You find that, although you do find a couple shops, one or two, they would be rather difficult to thieve from.
Oh, she was just looking for them in general. Like she wanted to find somewhere that was just selling it.
Okay, yeah, there's two leatherworking shops in the lower city.
Okay, she'll go and throw some money at their face and then take some hide armor. Which is
Nice.
10 gold.
Okay. Yeah. It'll just if you throw the standard art retail price at them, they won't try to stop you.
Okay.
They look quite alarmed and confused and think that you're thieving at first, and then after a brief moment, they just like look at all the coins on the ground and then just like whatever. All right. So
Yeah, then she'll also like she'll just take like a minute like outside the shop changing into the other clothes, and then she'll come back in and leave leather armor like on the counter because she doesn't want it anymore.
just leave it on the counter. Nice. So on your way out, you feel two objects strike you in the back, and the shopkeep has thrown 2 gold at you.
Oh, nice. Let's go. She'll just kind of wave goodbye.
It's like trade-in value on your way out.
Right on. And she'll catch up with the group. I now
Okay.
have 1 more AC.
Nice. For the high price of
That's
8 gold,
everything.
not bad.
Yeah.
Okay. So, as you're all making your way through the city, you still have your tokens from Zodge. And as a reminder, whenever you feel like you should track down Mr. Captain Zoe, she owes each of you 200 gold.
Will
Can
he-
we do that?
Does that
Will-
include?
Surely y'all
Oh,
can
wait,
speak
wait.
highly for new friends who've helped you out so efficiently.
Wait, we're talking about the captain who originally hired us, right?
Exactly.
We haggled that to 300 each.
There you go. That seems like a thing you all would have done.
Yeah,
I'm in favor of an extra
So-
300 gold.
that's each. So it's
So is
1,500
Layden.
total.
They might be a
Layden
stickler.
likes gold.
We'll have to
I like the
see if
shiny.
they afford it to people they didn't make a deal with. Hopefully they
All I want is plate armor. I don't care about anything else.
do.
Oh, you guys can have all my money after that.
Big pricey plate armor.
Plate armor is 1,500. Which is what we're about to get.
I'm wearing the best armor I can get that isn't enchanted.
Okay. So, Zodge can usually be found at the Basilisk Gate. He's still there, overseeing the refugee crisis that is underway. Whenever you're going to look for him, you can pretty much guarantee you can find him there.
We should totally go there.
I'm in favor of it. When Althea like complains, I'm assuming she complained about her armor, like in character, at least a little bit, right?
She said all that in person.
What kind of armor? What kind of armor is Althea wearing?
Chainmail right now.
I mean,
It's an extra 2
mean,
AC.
You
with
want to
plate armor.
swap?
I
chain mail or
imagine-
chain shirt? Althea is a warlock, so medium armor. Chain mail is heavy.
Okay.
She is wearing heavy armor right now.
Oh,
She got chainmail. Yeah. Which is why she wants plate.
Remember,
Would
we're
you
swapping the
like
class so
to
that he
swap
takes so that
with Layden?
oh, you took paladin
takes
earlier.
Paladin
Is what?
first.
Yeah, I
Oh,
would have
okay.
taken Paladin first, but I didn't realize.
Okay, perfect. Sounds good. I was confused.
Yeah, we don't punish honest mistakes around here.
Yep.
You know, I imagine that nobility guards itself pretty heavily. Not to say anything too heretical, but you know, could always jump a guard
Ah,
here or there.
I
Or
like
not.
this
A knight-
idea.
Or a knight or
We
two.
have not had a chance to even have a rest yet since leaving.
Not immediately, but you know.
My spells are all gone. None. 0 zip. No spells.
As are mine. Elf.
I have a few left.
I was
Let's
have
not
one left.
proposing I was not proposing we engage in battle immediately. Just that it's
Why
a
not?
possibility for cheap, used plate armor. We could go alternatively. We go to Goodwill. Always an option. Just putting our options on the table.
Okay, if we see a guard, Layden's gonna jump him.
No,
No.
no, no, no.
So, those of you that missed our
We're
session
working
zero.
for the guards.
Indeed, working for the guards, and remember, you are in a metropolis, and you are level 4. Jumping
we
a
will be
guard is a
dead.
quick way to get murdered.
And
Oh,
hung from
okay.
the
Well,
wall.
then never mind.
When we corner them in a back alley and they're alone, throw up an illusion so no one else sees, just out of the way. Yeah, that kind of
No.
thing. We need ideal situations.
Yeah, my secondary character for this campaign is a paladin of Helm.
Nice.
Y'all need Jesus.
All right. So, you all do eventually make your way to the Basilisk Gate, where there is about 24 armed and armored guards. So, they are very much dealing with a mob of people trying to get into the city, and another mob trying to exit the city. There are, just a quick recap on that whole situation. There are refugees aplenty, thousands, if not tens of thousands of people that are fleeing the eastern countrysides all the way from El Terrell to Baldur's Gate in an attempt to try to find safety after the beacon of hope and light in their area was just quite literally pulled down into hell. So there is a lot of people trying to get into Baldur's Gate. Furthermore, the people of Baldur's Gate themselves are terrified, believing that their city could very well be next. If a city not even 100 miles away was just dragged down into the depths, what's to stop the same thing from happening here? So there is also quite a large number of people trying to get out of the city, causing a wonderful little choke point at the Basilisk Gate. As you're all watching that, you see a large graying man with an eye patch, fully armored, just wading through the middle of it, using his gauntleted fist to backhand people out of his way as he makes his way through, and finally gets to the front gate and shouts and says, "The next person that shoves on this gate dies!" And he says it in such a loud, booming, commanding voice that people immediately take a step back from him. He says, "That is better! Show some loyalty to your homes! Go back! Be with your families! Be gone from here!" And you see some people starting to leave and kind of scatter away a little bit, but most of them are still kind of staying there, just keeping their heads down, avoiding eye contact with this man. And after that, Captain Zoj begins to approach you all. He notices you through the crowd, and he nods and slowly starts to kind of make his way through the crowd, eyeing a few of the instigators as he goes. So, for those of you that don't remember, this is Captain Zoj.
I assume I
And-
would at least know who he is, even though I haven't met him.
Yes, he is about the third in charge of the Flaming Fist, with Uller Ravengard having gone to El Terrell on a political meeting, one that was very much encouraged by Thalamra Vanthamper. He was lost with the city. And the second in command, a Miss Liara Porter, or Lady Liara Porter, is currently in Chult on a mission there, keeping an eye on Baldur's Gate's interests and the Flaming Fist's interest in Chult. So Captain Zoj is really all that's left, but there's about half a dozen other captains that share the same rank as him. So as you can imagine, that's leading to a bit of a power struggle in the Flaming Fist at the moment. But this is the man that has officially taken the reins. So, Zoj approaches you all, says, "Is it done then? I would hope you all wouldn't show your faces to me again before it was done." Well, out with it.
Throw a couple of the daggers that I took off of the skull-headed stabby guys.
Picks it up.
Oh, well, not throw them, but hand them to
Right,
him.
right. He takes it.
These are some acquaintances that we had made down in the sewers. If you, they're a part of our group. You can, I suppose, we'll vouch for them in terms of their ability and hopefully the reward that they.
You mean these two aren't the ones that went down there with you to begin with? These aren't the two I met? I hadn't noticed.
Fair, honestly.
Anyway, the deal was for 150 gold each.
That's
That's
not
what
what
we
you
will-
told me. And I say to Althea,
No offense, but I'm very good at remembering things when we discuss prices, and we did discuss price of 300. And she like pulls out a paper that has the number 300 on it.
A smile goes like cracks his beard. And I was just making sure. And he turns back. You head in there and bring me the strong box. Says 300, as agreed on. And when one of the soldiers arrives with a locked iron box, hands it over to Zaj, who opens it and turns it around to face you all, and there are 5 pouches inside. Says, you can feel free to count it. It's 300 in each.
I've heard you're trustworthy once you say that.
Yay, 300 gold.
We are-
Yay.
Information that we gathered in the hideout of these cultists strongly suggest that the Van Thampers are.
You see his eyes kind of harden a bit, and he takes in a deep breath, and he leans in close and he says, "Before you say another word, do you have solid evidence on whatever it is that you were about to say?
We have
Unequivocal
her son.
proof."
Her son, youngest son, has implicated her. We intend to talk. We intend to talk to the one at the Low Lantern as well.
Very well. Keep your voices low when you talk about the Van Thampers. With Ulder gone, that witch of a lady is about to be the most powerful woman in this city.
Do you want her being your boss?
You see a visible shudder. It's like, I would sooner take me and all of my men 1,000 miles to Chult and languish in the heat and rain and in the belly of a dinosaur than have to answer to that woman.
That's better than being sucked down into hell like Elturel was.
That is arguable. You see like a look of remembrance on his face.
Can you provide us with tokens that would allow us to pass into the upper city as we need if our investigation leads us there?
I have one of those.
Oh, you have that?
And she'll pull it out of her bag.
Do we have that for
I have
all of us or just for you?
I believe each of you has one. Oh, no, just the 3 right now.
Yes.
Oh wait, it was me. I found one because I pickpocketed a noble, but there was also, I think our rogue had one as well, or was it? No, it was Trust. Trust had one.
Yes,
So-
you had the insignia of the Upper City nobles, and then everyone else got from Zaj a flaming fist badge. And so Zaj would kind of lean in and say, "If I allow you all to continue acting on behalf of the Flaming Fist, if you're caught, if anything would happen that would tie you back to us, you stole these badges, right?
Absolutely.
He hands over a couple more of the badges.
Sounds good. Thank you.
She'll take the extra one.
You're a very kind big man.
He looks at you, Layden, and he says, "You're not going to kill any of my guards, are you?"
If I get hungry, maybe.
I'll be sure to have them on their guard for you.
Thank you.
Well then, if there's nothing else.
What do you know of the Van Thamper that works out of the Low Lantern?
Shark, money launderer, general snake in the grass. I've heard he's cunning.
Does he have much muscle behind him, or is he just relying on his reputation?
That is difficult to determine. I've known a few men that have gotten into a fair fight with the man, and let me just say that none of them are alive anymore.
Duelist? Or poisoner? Or mage?
I doubt he has any magical proclivities. I would say a poisoner. That seems his type.
Good to know. Thank you.
So as you say that, the crowd begins to get a little rowdy again. He's like, "Excuse me." And then he just walks away and just like punches the closest person to the back of the line in the back of the head and drops him, and he says, "Who's next?" as he wades into the mob.
I respect.
I like that guy.
Let's go get a glass of wine and maybe do some shopping.
That would be nice.
Sounds good to me.
Yep.
So you all have flaming fist badges now, so you can pass through the upper city gates without too much harassment.
Is it Patriarch tokens, right?
Two of you have Patriarch tokens, which do mark you as residents of the upper city.
Gotcha.
The rest of you
That's
have
different.
Right. The rest of you have Flaming Fist tokens, which puts you as employees or in service to the Flaming Fist. So they both have their differences. That being said, Anacola, as you're showing that to people, it does mark you as essentially a noble person, or at the very least, a shop owner or a shopkeep that has a residency in the upper city. So
Yeah.
just something to be aware of.
Don't appear as somebody who would have one of those. I assume you have one of these, and I hold up the badge as well.
Is it the Flaming Fist?
Yeah.
One? Oh yeah, she also pulls that out.
Okay.
Because he handed her his one as well. Yeah. My shop sells bugs. In the
Nice.
a necessary
In the
commodity.
wide. You sell mushrooms in the wide.
Exactly.
Okay.
Fair enough.
All right. So the closer that you all get to the wide, as you pass through the gates, a few of the upper city watch kind of give you glowers as you pass through, showing them your flaming fist badges. But they allow you to pass, although they do give you some pretty nasty looks as you do so. Again, for those of you that
Layden
weren't
smiles at them.
Nice. For those of you that weren't here for the first few sessions, there are two in law enforcement groups, I guess you could call them, in Baldur's Gate. There's the Flaming Fist, whose most of your interaction has been with so far. They're a mercenary group that is literally just paid to keep the peace here. And then there is the Watch. The Watch they're basically very very elaborate, very peacockish armor and weaponry, but they certainly do know how to handle themselves. They are embellished to look like somebody spent a lot of money on their armor because somebody did spend a lot of money on their armor. And they want them to know that. So they are essentially, they care about nothing other than protecting the interests of the nobles of Baldur's Gate. So as long as you're not doing anything to get in their way, then they really don't care what you do.
Do they react any differently to her Patriot token when she walks by with them?
I would say that they don't give you dirty looks. They might be a little confused as to your appearance, but other than that, they wouldn't be giving you the same scathing looks that they'd be giving the others.
Nice.
Althea would give them an even more menacing look back.
All right, make an intimidation check.
Inspiration for 18.
You're
Oh
gonna
my
use
God.
inspiration on that?
So as they're giving you that look, and as you whip around to give them a glare back, Althea, they just immediately say "huh" and drop back. One of them drops their spear, and you see it visibly dent. He's like just like terror on his face. It's obviously coming out of his paycheck. He just like scrambles to pick it up.
Worth it.
Need to maintain a reputation.
Precisely.
A few of them are just you can hear them kind of like whispering to each other as you all continue on past, and they're just like pointing and like, yeah, they thoroughly spooked.
Gonna hear their children are gonna hear bedtime stories of the Dark One.
Shall we go to the Sunken Sea Rat or find other lodging? Or are we better off finding lodging later this evening closer to the Low Lantern?
After all of this, it's probably about 6 o'clock at night now.
Oh,
Sun's beginning to set.
are shops still open in the
Oh yeah,
wide?
the shops will be open in the wide for another few hours.
Okay. I am looking for a shop that provides fine paper and inks suitable for transcribing spells.
Cool. Yeah. So. All right. So, have you all entered into the wide officially? There's several little I would say gated entrances, but really it's just a rope that sanctions off that whole big open space. There's a few places that look to be like official entrances into that space, but mostly you could literally just lift the rope up and walk in if you wanted to. So you guys go to one of the official entrances, or do you just go onto the rope?
I'm fine.
So, sorry, there was the official entrances and there was
So essentially that
Just
entire big
go to-
open space up there is sanctioned off by like ropes, kind of like at a fairground when somebody kind of just makes those rope barriers around certain areas. That's the only thing that's sectioning off you from just walking in. But you can see that there are official gates and entry points to get in, where there's guards standing around, people collecting money and various things from people.
And we'll just go under the rope.
That's what I say too.
Yeah, I'll
Sure.
follow her.
Do-do-do-do-do-do.
So as you do that, like you can see like 6 other people just doing that right after you, and there's people. It's not an uncommon thing to have happen. So as you're walking around, it's a wide open air market. There's some of the shops have made circular designs so that they're all kind of facing each other, and then others are just straight alleyways with shops on either side. Every now and then you find yourselves walking back, and you find yourselves between the backs of several shops, so it's more of an alleyway. It kind of makes its own little self-contained city here. And after not too long of looking around, and Valifon, you're from Baldur's Gate, right?
Yes.
So yeah,
Well,
so
I'm originally from Waterdeep, but I've lived in Baldur's Gate for years.
okay, cool. So make an investigation check first off to see if you can find the closest one, right, or scribe.
Yeah, and I've probably been in the wide before.
Right.
So.
Okay, so yeah, you are able to find one easily. The DC was super low, but the place constantly changes. Vendors are always moving around, so
Right.
finding specific places can be a little tricky sometimes. But you are without issue able to find a scribe. So it's essentially just a tented room with a tent pole in the center of it, bringing it down into arching fabrics that kind of drop down, making a space about 15 by 15 inside. The shopkeeper, as you enter in, is a short female half-elf. As you all enter in, she seems to kind of eye Anna. She seems to kind of eye Anna a bit and give an approving nod to Anna as she enters. And she kind of gestures around and says, "I am Eloden. What can I do for you all?"
I'm Valafon, the Red. I'm in need of inks, for transcribing some spells. Do you carry such quality?
I do. So, the ink for spellbook writing, what is that listed under in the PHB?
I don't think it is. It just
It's
says
just ink?
It just the rules. Well, the rules for transcribing a
Makes you just
spell
ink.
says that the material cost is 50 gold pieces per level of the spell.
Okay. So yeah, so she'll sell you. She has plenty of ink bottles around. The 1 ounce bottle is 10 gold. And
My assumption is always that it's probably a higher quality, so it's probably more expensive per ounce or whatever, because I'm buying 250 gold pieces worth of supplies that I need for transcribing spells.
got it. Let me see what I can do here.
This is ancient. This is like ancient giant octopus ink. You know, it has. That's why it's so expensive. Also, what was the description of this person that we entered?
There we go.
The shop of?
Short half elf.
Oh, okay.
Her name was Adonai.
Mhm.
Fine inks is what they're listed under.
Yeah, part of the cost is also like you, like testing out the spell, but it's like, it's for the purposes of this, it's like the ink.
Right.
But
So
I've always thought of it as like downtime. You're spending the money, because it takes like hours.
it's 2 hours per level.
Right.
So
I'm not finding any sort of ruling for specifically the fine inks and how much they cost. So we can just have that be the cost of your transcription. So you can just pay that up front. We'll just do it that way.
okay. Sounds good.
Okay. And then
So I will buy inks and stuff that I need here, and then when I do the transcription, I'll deduct the.
got it.
What other things does this person have in their shop?
So Anna, as you approach her, she kind of looks you over. She says, "Of the Druidly persuasion, are you?"
You've clocked me proper. Yes.
I'm so fascinated in the arts. Simply cannot learn how to wield the powers of nature. It's something that you are born with. It's so very interesting. Here, take a look around. And she starts showing you all these different things, and you get the impression that she's willing to give you a discount simply because you're a druid.
This is the person that I met in the bar, right? Is it? There was a half.
It was a halfling. The halfling druid. This is a wizard. This woman is a wizard. She just has a infatuation, a interest in the druidic arts.
Ah, okay.
But on for sale in her shop, she has several scrolls. There is protection from evil and good, levitate. There's a scroll of mage armor, scroll of acid arrow, mage hand, mount, protection from arrows, which is a pretty cool one, but also pricey. There's a vampiric touch scroll, but also pretty pricey.
How much was it for the armor scroll?
The mage armor, she said that she could give that to you for 20. Originally, she sells it for 25, but she likes the air about you.
She likes the cut of my jig.
Mhm.
Yeah. She'll reach into her bag, take out the 20,
Okay.
and then grab the scroll.
So, a scroll of mage armor.
Would a druid even be able to use mage armor?
Scroll?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
was thinking about that. I'm not sure if it would work.
They're usually
didn't
you have
remember.
to be in the class or have to know the spell in order to be able to use the scroll.
Yep.
Is that a fact?
From what I remember reading, yeah.
Reading it right now.
That's what I had to go by for my warlock in another campaign.
Yeah, it does appear that you do need to have it be of your class's spell list, unfortunately.
The idea is that you can't read the spell, so you can't cast it.
So let's see. Acid arrow, is that something? Let's see the ones that you can actually learn, that you can actually use.
Of course, it's always DM's discretion to say that,
I imagine
they can, or...
I imagine she wouldn't know what I could do, what I could cast. She'd just be showing me, like, all the spells that she has.
Yeah, you know what? Since we're doing this randomly, and literally anytime that you guys have an opportunity to get spell scrolls like this, it will be random. I will say that if you're willing to spend the money on it, that your class can use it. Since they're just one-time uses, it's not really going to be anything game-breaking for you to be able to use a spell one time.
Awesome.
So yeah, we'll just go that way.
But I won't be able to copy it into my
yes,
spellbook.
definitely not able to copy it or make it permanent in any way. It is a one-time use of the spell.
Darn.
Yeah. Valifon wanted to find a Revivify in here. Or like...
there is a scroll of Lesser Restoration in here, as well as a scroll of Goodberry. And let's see what else. There's a wall of fire in here. You can see that she's got behind a case and in glass and everything.
What's the price on that?
She kind of looks at you and says, 1,100.
That's what I figured. Needless to say, outside of my price range.
Okay, so Anna will like reach into her bag and then just kind of take out like a pile of leaves from her herbalism kit and just kind of sprinkle it over Valifon's head. He's with me. If that makes any difference.
I suppose I could part with it for 1,000.
I don't know, man. Pretty good deal. She'll just.
What if we traded something?
What do you have to trade?
Well, I'd have to talk to, because we have an item that we kind of all own, that we don't necessarily have a lot of use for necessarily. So, guys, I'm talking about the bag of beans.
Ooh. Anna will pluck a piece of her hair out of her head and put it on top of Val. And she's just going to telepathically remind him that he has multiple spell books with a lot of spells in them.
I do.
Those could be of value.
Yes. So I do have this. I do have a spell book that I might be willing to trade for that scroll. It has 6 spells in it.
She holds her hand out and asks to inspect it.
And I show the spell book that has Burning Hands, Detect Magic, Disguise Self, Fog Cloud, Ray of Sickness, and Silent Image.
Okay.
I was kind of hoping to copy Ray of Sickness, but oh well.
Maybe you could like tear the page out.
So
Right.
what was the highest level spell in that one?
I honestly, Ray of Sickness. I think those are all first level spells, either first level or one cantrip. Silent Image is first level as well. Yeah.
Okay. So she's looking over it, and then she looks over this, and then she kind of closes it and scoots over to the side and says, "This will cover half of the scroll. So you may have it for 500 and the book."
What if I also added in this spell book, and I pull out another one that
Okay.
has 5 other first level spells in it that I'm not particularly interested in?
And that's the entire contents of the spellbook.
Yep. So that one has Charm Person, Find Familiar, Identify, Magic Missile, and Sleep. So 5 good solid spells, but most of which I have. So
Okay. She is agreeable. That is a trade.
I now have a scroll of
Wall of Fire.
Wall of Fire.
4th level.
Have fun with that.
Yep.
Does she only have spell scrolls?
Yes,
Do you have
this
any, like-
woman, she does. When you inquire about that, Anna, she does look at you and she says, "Yes, well, except." She kind of looks you over. Says, "I normally don't show this to anyone, but."
Oh.
She you hear a couple latches unclipping, and then she pulls out what looks like a book at first, but it's made entirely of stone. And she sets it down. She says, "This is the manual of the Golem.
Oh.
It's a truly wonderful artifact. I normally don't show it to anybody, but you were so kind as to show me your enchantment ritual with your friend here." She's gesturing at the leaves on Balafon. "This, I of course could not possibly sell, except for a truly astronomical price. But it is a wonderful artifact. I would love to show you."
Sure. What does it do?
Says, "Well, the bearer of this tome needs only speak several command words. In unison, of course. The instructions are rather detailed. But from the earth will erupt a golem of stone, yours to command."
Oh.
She closes it.
That... Wow. That is quite fascinating. Did you want my assistance with it?
She says,
Yeah,
"Oh,
you
no,
mentioned
no,
not
no.
being-
The wanderer who traded it to me many, many months ago gave me everything that I needed to know to operate it. I just like to show it to people now and then." And she takes it and sets it back down in the drawer, and you hear several more clicks. And then you see her close her eyes, make a few hand gestures, and like a whoom sound happens somewhere beneath the table.
An arcane lock of some kind, I'd imagine.
Yes.
Were those the only scrolls that you had? The strongest ones, at least.
Um. There's an unhallow.
Oh, that one. Da-da-da. As I look this up. What is that?
So, you know the spell Hallow, right?
Oh, yes, hallow. Okay. I think you said unhallow.
I did say unhallow.
Oh. What is...
It is essentially Hallow, except for unholy power.
Oh, okay.
That one she prices at 6,000.
Oh, jeez. Okay. Hallow spell is...
It's a 5th level.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, that
Yeah.
is... Ooh. Interesting. Could I perhaps... She is a bit interested in it, even though she can't read the scroll at all. At the moment, at least. Or, well, I guess... Yeah. She's going... Actually... Mm, she's not really that interested in it, but just because she likes seeing how fascinated this person is at the most mundane things, she's gonna reach into her bag and pull out a golden coin, um, and place it in this halfling's hand. You mentioned being interested in, the magic of the Fae and of the Druids, so I thought you'd take a bit of interest in this. And she places like a magic golden coin in her hand. The golden coin, I'll copy paste the description. Here we go. Whoever comes into contact with this golden coin is overtaken with the unwavering certainty that this is the
Nice.
first gold coin ever minted on the material plane. Uh, I've been trying to pull this out the entire time, every time, but I never got the chance. I was trying to do it when we were gambling, but I kept getting shut down.
So her eye, as she picks it up, she's surely you do not wish to part with such a piece of historical importance.
How much would you gander that it is worth?
I know not of such things. I am not a historian, nor do I deal in antiques or artifacts of this nature. I would have to call on a few friends to judge its value.
All
We're about to do an episode of Pawn Stars. You all ready?
Yeah. She'll just say, "Oh, well, I'm in a bit of a rush today. Maybe another time." And she'll scoop it back up, put it in her bag.
Yes, of course. Let me
Um,
know next
well-
time you will be back, and I will call upon a few of my friends, a few of my friends that deal in the ancient arts.
Of course. Thank you. And she'll like, I don't. She'll pull like, she seems like so fascinated by everything. She'll pull like, a bug off of her dress and place it in her hand, and then leave.
You can see as you're leaving, she begins to like talk to the bug.
That was nice. Okay, someone else take the wheel. I feel bad.
All right. The wide is full of shops. Everybody.
Valafon's done here, and so
All right. So is there any like armor shops or weapon shops? Because I need a couple weapons and some armor.
So as you are all making your way through, you eventually do come across a area that looks like it has several weapon shops kind of in a semicircle around one another. They're all kind of facing towards each other. And the first thing that happens when you first come into this little semicircular area is a gnomish woman jumps up onto her table and says, "Yay, all of you! No need to go any further. This way, this way. I have many, many fine weapons for all of you. Greetings, welcome. My name is Larmers. This is my shop." She stands at about just a little under 3 feet tall, so she's like up on the table and still shorter than most of you. All of the
Yeah,
weapons
do you
are
have any?
considerably bigger than she is.
Do you have any hand axes? I'm looking for quite a
Hand
few. Yeah, I kind of want to get 4 hand axes.
axes. Of course, of course. And then she will sell you as many as you need. She has a dozen in her shop. And she will sell them to you at standard retail for a hand axe, which is... Where is it at? There we go. 5 gold apiece. So 20 for the 4.
So that's 20. Okay. So 4 hand axes, and then, is there any armor here as well, or?
Well, I deal in the art of unaliving things. Keeping things alive, and she points across the way. It's right over there. But wait. She kind of gives you all a look up and down and sees you all are clearly of the adventuring sort. And she says, I have more that may interest you. And then she pulls out a short sword. She says, this, it sheds a bit of light as she hands it out to you. This finely crafted weapon is said to be imbued with the spirit of a legendary paladin, Aaron Hammerer. Vanished centuries ago, but his weaponry still remains. Simply 2,000 will see it yours. And you can see she's like kind of holding it out to you.
Yeah, I don't have 2,000. I don't need it. Thank you.
So as soon as you say that, she just starts calling out to other people behind you. She's lost all interest.
All right, can I go to the armor shop then?
Yeah. So the armor.
Yeah, there's a armor in the book called splint armor. It's between plate and chainmail. Do they have that?
Yeah, between the various armors here, you can definitely find any sort of mundane armor that you're looking for.
Okay. Yeah, I'd like to purchase some splint armor if I can.
Yeah. Any sort of mundane armor you can definitely find here at standard retail price, which for you said splint?
Yeah.
It's 200.
Okay, so I'll purchase that. And then also, where exactly would you buy oil, flasks of oil?
Just like a general store type of place, which again there
Yeah.
are many of here.
Okay, can I get 2 flasks of that? I think it's like a silver each.
You got it. Yep.
Okay. And that should be it for me.
All right. Anybody else got some shopping they want to do? Weapons, armor. There is magic here, but of course, magical items are extremely expensive.
I'm saving up for plate mail.
Not even gonna get split.
Nope.
Do you have chain? You have chain, right?
Yeah, I have chain right now.
Oh, okay. I was gonna give it to you if you didn't. Would I be able to trade in my chainmail armor for gold back?
You can indeed.
Okay.
So
yeah,
your
I don't
armor,
really have need for it.
it was chainmail, right, or a chain shirt? Which one?
Chainmail.
Chain
Alright.
75.
Yeah, so she'll give you 40 back on it, so you can give yourself 40 gold back.
Okay.
Guys, are we planning on keeping this bag of beans, or is that something we want to sell and maybe put toward improving someone's armor?
I'm fine with selling it.
I like beans though. What if we sold them one at a time?
How much are they worth individually?
I don't know.
Let's find out.
This may not be the best place to sell them.
They are.
I've heard rumors of another market.
How many beans there in there?
A black market?
We had like 12, I think.
No, there wasn't 12 in there, was there?
That would have been a max roll.
We
Yeah.
we might have gotten like 8. I remember we rolled really
I remember
high.
getting 9. We got 9.
9.
Oh, okay. Yeah, there's a potential of only getting 3, so it's a rare item, so I'd imagine they're individually at least still quite valuable.
So, what rare item all by itself is, if according to this is all meta, but according to DM's guide, buying a rare item is 5,000.
5,000
Now,
and
trying
up
to
is
sell-
what I'm seeing. Yeah.
Yeah, trying to sell one, you're not necessarily going to get that much, but
Yeah, especially for like a third of.
Right.
A third of what we're selling it for.
So I would say that with 9 beans, you could get 500 gold a bean if you wanted to try and sell them that way.
I'm trying to
That's
make sure we stay on this, because
4,500. That could put a couple of our tanks in some very nice armor.
And to have money left over for your magic items for you guys.
Oh god, it's 4,500.
Yeah, 5 times 9 is 45. That's 4,500.
We should also just be very careful about how we empty the beans from the bag.
Yeah. Well, as long as we're not planting them, according to the identify spell.
No, also don't dump them.
Right.
Because they explode. They're very uppity beans. So how many? We'd only need to sell. How many people need?
I'm in favor of selling them all, and just upping everything about all of us. We've got a couple of tanks that could use plate armor. We've got people who don't have magic weapons. We've got spellcasters that could use some things.
Does that not only afford 3 things?
I like this idea.
I think this is the best use we could possibly think of for using these beans for.
And that's my opinion. I don't even want anything from this. I want these guys to have plate armor.
And y'all don't want the chance of getting a 60-foot square-based pyramid erupting out of the ground inside and being able to go inside of it? It's not something you want.
I mean, the loot in there would probably be really good, but the chance of getting it.
Right.
I'm in favor of keeping 3 beans.
Selling 6, getting up to 3,000.
Okay, if we can turn 6 beans into 2 people with plate armor, I'm in favor.
I'm fine with that.
Okay.
I just bought Splint. Can
Who's
I get
gonna
my
get
money
the plate?
back?
You can get your money back, yeah.
You run up with the receipt. You're like, oh wait.
All right. So instead of going through all the roundabouts of doing that,
Plate armor, I may be asking for occasional donations for spell copying.
okay. So who's keeping track of the bag of beans? Reduce whatever is in there now from 9 to 3. And we can just straight turn that into 2 sets of plate armor.
Awesome.
Like it would be.
I got it.
It would be objectively more useful to turn it all into money, but it's a bag of beans.
Right,
It's
I
a
was
bag of
gonna
beans,
say,
guys.
please don't sell them all. I'd love to get
Yeah,
I'd love to
I know.
roll on these things a couple times.
Yeah,
this is the third time.
But
This is the third time that I've had a group go through that dungeon, and you're the first ones that have found the bag of beans. I'm like, please use them.
Yeah, because okay, so there's a potentiality of it being 3 hungry belays that kill us, but it could also not be that.
It
and
could
that
also
would be
not
also
be.
3 hungry belays that attack our enemies just as much as they're attacking us. So, I say
Fair.
we hand this bag with 3 beans in it to Anacola.
Yeah, I'm great with plants. I'm great with plants, and I'm
The
very
plants.
responsible.
There you go.
I'm also very responsible. So.
Oh gosh.
Okay. All right, everyone.
So,
Does anyone
Who
else
we
have any
put in
shopping to do?
armor?
Sorry, what was that?
Who's going in
No,
plate?
I don't.
Oh, I'll take it if
I think
nobody
it was
else is
definitely
going
both
to take
of us.
Yeah, I think
I think we
Althea
definitely
and Kroll are the two that are going to
Kroll?
benefit from it.
We also
Okay.
have a cleric who can wear
Yeah.
anything.
Okay.
Yeah. So the
The
next
cleric can wear
1500
it, but I don't
we
need
get
it.
to can
Well-
go to the cleric.
Well, if the cleric wants it, I could just stick with the splint. Either way.
I can give you the splint because that's what I'm wearing. I can give you splint because I'm wearing splint right now.
Okay. All right, we'll switch. I'll take splint then. You can have the plate.
Okay, that sounds great.
Okay.
Nice.
Let me switch that up.
Yeah, I'm thinking about multi-class and barbarian, so
Ooh.
I might not need armor
Wow.
here soon.
I'm gonna sell the chainmail.
Okay.
However much I can get for that.
What's the PHP price on it? Just cut that in half, and that's what you get back.
Okay.
Well, what kind of weapon do you use?
Battle axe.
So I have a
5.
just an itch in the back of my brain that says that, you know, with Elturel being pulled down into hell, and we know that one of the Van Thamper kids is sending imps around, that we might be needing to deal with other fiends. Comet would, with my knowledge of my study of the infernal planes and the blood war, would I know that
Standard
some
weapons
devils-
aren't going to do it.
right, but that silvered weapons will?
Make a history check. Religion would also be appropriate. Yes,
18.
you can use whatever meta knowledge you have on that particular subject.
You may want to see if we can get that battle axe silvered or replaced with a silvered version that would
Okay.
fare better against a fiend.
Okay. Would there be any places here that would be able to do that?
Yes. Does anybody have a price on silvering a weapon ready handy?
I
I
think
mean-
it's 100 gold pieces above the standard cost.
Okay.
I mean, I can just give you my money and you can get a +1 axe.
Plus one weapon would be about 2K.
Would it?
I thought plus one weapons were 500.
500.
Yeah, they're uncommon.
My
Yeah, they're uncommon.
weird. My shop generator is telling me otherwise, but
Okay.
It's the DMG and Xanathar's guide are different, so there's always.
Yeah.
I have no idea which one's using.
Yeah.
but-
interesting. Let me check something real quick. We'll go with what Reddit says.
Also, +1 weapons are like they are. It is a pretty big deal. So it
Yeah.
might be different from other uncommon weapons or uncommon items.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Nice. So I found I'm the same one of my other magic item shops that I like to use say the DM says price range per DMG is 100 to 500. The price per sane person is 1,000 gold. So we will go with slightly below sane person prices and call it 800.
I can give you all my money if that's enough to afford it.
I got 400, 440. So
I'll give you the rest that you need.
Okay, so for 800 you can go ahead and drag a +1 battle axe into your inventory there, Kroll.
okay.
So it'd be 360 for me.
So we talked about this during session 0, everybody, but just as a recap, I really am not a stickler about magic items. Like, generally speaking, these adventures are really, really low on magic items. So once you get out of the major cities, finding them will be very difficult, which is kind of why I'm letting you guys kind of stock up now, because once we get out of Baldur's Gate, it'll pretty much be just what's in the module, which is not much.
Mhm. Would I be able to find a place that sells more druidic things?
Yeah, what are you looking for?
A place that sells like jeweled flowers, which is like a flower that has like gold or like silver like on top of it. If that makes sense.
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
Okay.
Are you planning to take summon beast or summon fae?
maybe.
They're good spells,
Okay.
so.
Does that spell
Yeah.
have a gold price attached to it?
Yeah, 300 GP, and it's a golden. I'm looking for specifically a golden or a gilded flower,
All right.
worth 300.
Yeah, you can find that in the wide.
All right. Okay, so I just add that then.
Yep.
Nice. I can now. Well, I can't do it yet. I can. So it was either that or Revivify Diamonds, and I think this is more important.
We'll definitely want to stock up on diamonds before we go into hell later.
All right, everybody. So, it's about time for us to take our break. So why don't we go ahead and do that? And when we come back, if there's any more shopping you need to do, we can take care of that. Otherwise, we can continue on. All right. So after this shopping venture, we'll say that it's about 8 o'clock at night now. The sun has officially set over Baldur's Gate. So what do y'all want to do?
Go take a nap.
Find an inn, get some dinner and a glass of wine, and have a sleep.
Same.
Yeah,
Right.
basically that.
Agreed.
So, heading in the direction, do you want to head to the Sunken Sea Rat or back to the Elf Song Tavern, or where do you guys want to go?
The Sunken Sea Rat sounded seriously dirty and sketchy.
Which makes Anacola want to go there more.
I would suggest heading either to the El Song Tavern. I've never stayed there myself. I've gambled there a bit. We could. Where I've got a place written down. Where did I put it? On it. Can't find it. The Blade and Stars is always a good option.
What's its qualities?
At least as good or better than the Elf Song Tavern. It's in the lower city. I've kept rooms
So
there
we could
from
do-
time to time.
The walk. Don't we have business in the upper city?
I think our business first
Or-
is at the Low Lantern with Murtlock's brother.
Ah. Yes. My poor Fey memory is clearly to blame. Then yes, a place in the lower city is probably better.
By the way, comment,
to walk.
the Blade and the Stars is just a tavern name I pulled out of the Baldur's Gate
The
video
Gazetteer.
game.
Oh, the
Yep.
video game. Okay.
I think it might be the
pulled it out of the
Gazetteer as
Gazetteer, yeah.
well, but but it was one of the named places that you could actually visit in the video game.
Well, it is not in the Gazetteer, so we'll go ahead and let you describe it to us when we get there. If that is where y'all decide to go.
Or we could just head to the El Song Tavern that everybody's familiar with. I don't know how welcome they are there.
I'm down with
I know there was
whatever.
Did we pay to stay there, or did we have a? I don't think we had a reason for us to stay there for free, right? No.
Right, you would need to pay for your rooms at the Elf Song.
Yeah. I didn't remember if we had a reason why they would have been cheaper or something.
The badges that we have, right? Would we get a better rate with those badges?
Unfortunately, not.
Yeah.
There's no reason for
No,
them to give any extra rates to the Flaming Fist or anyone associated with
Yeah.
them.
I was just
Damn it.
misremembering. My apologies. Yeah. How long have we been in the wine?
A couple hours. Putting it at about 8:30 now.
Okay. Would it have been menial enough activity to be a short rest?
I don't think so. Moving around, walking around the place, it's not really a resting environment, so no rest yet.
Gotcha.
Do we want to
Alright.
like find a place to have a meal and kind of take a short rest before we head back into the lower city?
It is a far walk. How many hours walk is it to the lower city?
Less than a full hour if you just head straight there.
Oh, okay. Never mind. No. My apologies. Yeah. We could probably head straight there. I don't think we need to rest. Unless we're planning on getting aggressive.
So if you'd like to go to the Blade and Stars, it's a medium quality inn. It has a good but quiet tap room. It's a hangout for retired mercenaries and the occasional adventurer. They usually have some music in the tap room. Nothing fancy, nothing high drama. Or we could go to the Elf Song, and if you think you're still welcome there after, I believe y'all said there was a bit of a ruckus.
They loved the show that we put on for them.
Yeah. Although their display was rather unique, occurrences like that are not uncommon at places like that, so there's no animosity between the owners and the crew.
I say we just go to the Elfsong Tavern, call it a night, and get started next day.
Sounds good. I think it's a bit closer than the Blade and Stars anyway.
Let's do that then.
Stick with
I
the
agree.
humanoids, you know. Yeah, I
How
think we could
much?
budget. Yeah.
How much is it gonna cost us to stay at the tavern?
I believe standard moderate prices is just a single silver per bed.
All right.
Double check that.
I assume they have quality enough wine and food that, in addition to bed, Valafon can spend a gold and have a really nice meal.
Yes, absolutely. And I was about to say, it's actually, if
Wow.
anyone that wants a meal and a stay at the Elf Song, it would be 1 gold. It's 5 silver for just the room.
Okay.
Bougie.
Indeed, bougie.
Valafon will be spending 2 gold then.
Nice. He's trying to be extra bougie.
Yep.
Mhm.
Oh, do you have it? What is it? Your living standard? Is
Yeah,
it
that's
noble?
the that would be the modest was 1 gold.
Mm. Yep.
Right, everybody, let me go ahead and drop y'all onto here.
Oh no.
It's just the old Elf Song map. You're fine. We just have a map for it. Okay, and I need to get the other 2 of you on here. Valafon and Leiden.
We should have short rested.
Alright. So Valafon and Leiden, the first time you arrive here, after however long it's been since the last time you were here, for anyone that lives in the city, Skuna, the half-orc, the half-ogre bouncer, as you enter in, would kind of look down towards you and say, "No trouble."
I'm never trouble.
No trouble here.
Okay. So, it is a pretty calm night here tonight. People aren't all lined up against the walls in fear anymore.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, last time we were here, everyone had made way for a badger eating through someone's chest.
Wow. That's
Oh.
Crazy.
I see that there was some shenanigans.
Still a blood stain on the floor right there.
Wow. Wonder how that's there. Anna's having a conversation with Ghost.
Ghost is the party's friendly direwolf baby. Although by now, Ghost is about the size of a full-grown wolf.
Oh, nice.
Wonder if there's any chance we'll hear her sing tonight. I've only heard it once. A year or two ago.
We've heard it before. It was rather dreadful.
But yeah, that is actually a good point. After maybe after about a half an hour of hanging out, having a few drinks, you know what? Instead of having it happen again, we'll have it described for you all, but I will play the song for you because it is a bit important. Because it's supposed to be a one-time thing. It would be odd if it happened again, but the tale will still be told by many. So
Did you say we were here for in about an hour?
about a half an hour by now.
Oh, okay.
There we go. Okay, everyone. So I'm going to go ahead and play that song again. And it's about 3 minutes long. But I definitely recommend taking a look at these lyrics because the more you remember about this later, the better. Let me know how the volume is for everybody when I start it. And here's the lyrics.
I'm assuming in like the actual book, it was just written, and so like, was there someone that performed it or like?
There are a
singing
few.
it out, or is
Yeah,
it-
there are a few out there. The first part of this is actually in somebody's translation of Elvish.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I was assuming so because it was like hard to follow. you said this was just like a normal elf song this time, so it was just something probably cheery.
No, yes, right now what you guys would be hearing would just be... Actually, no, she would not sing. And Balafon, when you ask that, they will say that she hasn't sang since she sang this song when the group arrived for the first time.
Fair enough.
So those lyrics are in a handout for you all. They're in your player handouts folder whenever you want to take a look at them.
Yep. Yeah, I've added them to my notes document.
All right. Okay, but yeah, that song would not have played right now. In fact, the barkeep, seeing you all come back in, would say that the spirit of the elf song has not sang since you all were here. That is only about a day ago. That was last night, so not too odd yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How long? How often did she tend to sing regularly?
A few times a day, a few times a night.
Mhm.
New audio slider for this when they made that update is terrible.
Yeah, I had to adjust mine a couple of times.
So, while we're eating our meal and stuff, Thalathon will inquire from the rest of the group. So, I still have 2 spell books, and there's a couple of spells that I would like to copy out of them into my own spell book so I can make use of them. But let's see. I will probably need probably 4, maybe 5 hours of alone time in the morning after we've had our rest, if that's acceptable to everyone else.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure, what type of, how if we're, I doubt what's his face at the, at the old pirate ship is much of a morning person, so.
No, in fact, Mortlock did tell you that he is there in the evening hours, was specifically what he said. Otherwise, he could be anywhere.
Okay.
So we'd leave. We'll sleep in, which is nice. And we'll leave around 11, 12 in the morning, in the evening.
I would say we have a nice good rest and arrive around dark at the Sunken Lantern. I believe that's what it's called, yes?
The Low Lantern.
Low Lantern. Sorry, I'm getting the Sunken Sea Rat and the Low Lantern all mixed together.
Either is fine for me. Whatever it takes for you to prepare your book magic, however that works.
Yep.
I'm going to get some rest though. She's going to take Ghost.
So there are 3 private rooms and 2 large rooms that you all can set up cots in. I'll take you all upstairs, and you can pick which rooms you're taking for the evening.
Does this inn have a courtyard or a flat roof?
It does.
Which?
A
Both?
flat roof outside of one of the balconies.
Okay. Valathon will be wanting to spend an hour or so out under the moonlight doing a sword dance.
Okay.
At some time.
Before bed?
Yeah, before bed.
Okay. So just so you know, Valafon, that space that you would do that is out here. He would have to go out one of the windows and around the side to get there.
And he would. He would like actively search that out. Every night, if he can, he wants to do a sword dance under the moon, if possible.
Okay.
That's part of his meditation.
All right, everybody. So, private room here, private room here, private room here, group rooms here, and up here.
Thon will definitely take one of the private rooms if possible, and we'll share if necessary, but we'll...
Okay. So I'll just open up all the doors so y'all can pick a room. That's one of the group rooms. Just assume there's cots in there. It's one of the other private rooms. It's one of the private rooms, and the other group room is over here. And Layden's gone out the window.
Ah!
Anna spent a gold on feeding Ghost as well because she forgot to prepare a good berry today.
If anyone pays attention as we're like heading to rooms and stuff, then shortly thereafter, y'all would see Valathon go out on that balcony he was just describing, and basically stripped down, not completely nude, but fairly stripped down, and do this intricate dance with his sword in the moonlight for a while, almost like a kata, and then head off to his room.
Nice. Where'd Althea go?
Into one of the private rooms.
Which one? I just want to see your token. Oh, that's an occupied room. There is somebody in there. Down here, there's a free private room.
She's gonna scare them out of it.
Interestingly enough, Althea, when you went up there to kind of see if that room was available, if once you tried the knob, it would have been locked, and you would have heard a very strange, like, type sound and a lot of splashing.
Is that the room directly beside mine?
Yeah.
I'm getting a new one.
There's no more private rooms, just so you know. But there is a large group room that does not have anybody currently in it.
Yeah, she'll take it.
It's the open door to the west.
Oh. I'm bad with directions. Okay.
Here. Yep.
Nice. Oh wait. Oh, she's set up. Okay, whatever. She's fine with that. She'll sit
Okay.
she'll sit on the ground.
All right. All right, everybody. So, you can all take the benefits of your long rest.
Woohoo!
Yay.
Music to my ears.
I'd prepared terrible spells today.
Nice.
So, in the morning, get breakfast, and I'm copying 5 levels of spells out of those spell books into my spell book. So I will go about that right now while everybody else is doing whatever they're doing.
Layden is just sitting there, warming himself in front of the sun.
So we're not quite at the morning yet.
Oh. Okay.
Oh, okay.
So
Then I will stop transcribing spells.
no, you will get the benefits of your long rest.
No, after
right,
long
yeah.
rest. I was going to start transcribing spells in the
Yeah.
morning after breakfast.
Definitely hold off on that. So, as the night goes on, these sounds of the tavern get quieter and quieter. Anacola, could you make a perception check, please?
Oh yay. Love doing those.
Yeah, he was too worried about what rooms we were all going into.
Ooh, okay.
So, Anacola, at about maybe 4:30, 6 o'clock in the morning, still dark outside, but long enough for you all to have actually gotten the benefits of your rests. You begin to hear what sounds like whispered arguments below you. Barely perceptible, but you definitely get the idea that somebody is having an argument downstairs.
I didn't mean to make that secret, but that was just the wolf. That was ghosts. You can't interpret it though. So there's someone arguing directly beneath me.
Mm-hmm.
You said this was at midnight?
Actually, like 4:30 in the morning.
Oh. Would that have been that would have been before?
It would have woken you.
All right. All right. She'll just keep that in mind.
Okay. So, about 10 minutes later, let's say, can everybody make perception checks for me real quick?
Should I make another one?
No, you're good with your 18.
You need one from my familiar as well. It gets
Yeah.
It gets advantage with on anything for hearing because it's a bat.
Ghost got a 22.
Okay. Kroll, have you used your inspiration yet today?
Nope.
How much do you value wearing that armor that you just bought?
Yeah, I'll use my inspiration.
Okay. So you all begin to hear. After a few moments, you can all hear that commotion happening downstairs, and then you begin to hear booted feet marching their way up the stairs. Some people are still arguing. It's all very hushed. You can definitely tell that you can definitely tell that hostilities are about to break out somewhere here in the Elfsong Tavern. That would be a good warning for you all to begin donning your armor, as it does take 10 minutes to don heavy armor.
I will do that.
Okay, so
Same here.
We got the benefits of a long rest?
Yes.
Okay, and it takes about... Oh gods. How long does it take to prep my spells?
Oh, right, Layden. I'm going to do something on your character sheet real quick, and I will let you know why. Our advantage system, we've explained it a couple of times, but the benefit of having your character sheet set to automatically roll advantage.
He needs to set that up in Beyond 20.
So that way, when you want to choose if you want to use your advantage or not, you can look at the two results and then see, like, okay, this regular roll sucked, but that's a really good roll if I had advantage. So then you can choose to take the higher roll rather than just leaving it up to fate.
Yeah, Alex,
Okay.
if you click on the Beyond 20 button and then the second thing down, it says type of roll. You want to select always roll twice.
Okay, type of roll. Always roll twice. Got it. I hit OK.
Yep.
And that'll make it so that you always have advantage.
Roll.
Yep.
All right, cool. I'll do.
Awesome. So once per session, you can use your sessional inspiration, which means that you can pick the higher of those two numbers.
Okay.
It's the same way it worked in the Eberron campaign with Herbie.
Gotcha. Okay.
Okay.
But you can do it once per session.
Once per session.
Gotcha.
I use a little inspiration marker at the top of the character sheet by hit points and speed to let me know whether or not I still have it or
Yes,
not.
I see that. Okay.
If you click it, it puts a little sunrise thing on it. That lets me know I have it. And then
Yes.
once I use it, I click on it, and I know I don't have it anymore.
Gotcha.
All right.
Yep, got it.
So
So if we're hearing all this arguing and boot stomping and stuff, Valafon will, as quickly as possible, get into his into his armor, his leather armor, the set of leather armor,
okay.
and listen at his door.
Okay.
Yeah, same with Kroll. He's gonna get in his armor as fast as he can, and then he's just gonna walk over to the door, just readying himself with his axe.
Okay. So, those of you that are actually listening at the door now, a few moments after you hear the initial commotion, you begin to hear the booted feet making their way up the stairs. Many people, about half a dozen or so, making their way up these steps. You can hear somebody, it sounds like they're being dragged in. You hear muffled cries for help. Muffled cries, obviously someone is gagged. And once they are upstairs, Layden, you kick in a door? Oh, no, wait, sorry, I saw the athletics checks, and I'm like...
That was him testing his thing.
Got it. So a few moments later, you hear there's obviously somebody being dragged around, muffled, gagged up there by several other people. You hear them disperse around the room, and then in a low voice, obviously still trying to conceal themselves, but with several of you up at the doors listening, you can hear someone say, "Last chance, old man. We know they're here. Point them out, and you can die quick."
Althea's just gonna open the door and casually like have her arms like up above her head as if she's like stretching.
And Valafon was gonna like try to quietly open his door and let his familiar flutter out so that he could see down the hallway.
So she just like walks out with her arms up like, "Ah, that was a great sleep." Ah,
Familiar can't go
I-
through the
I
door
just-
apparently.
I just like look around and be like, "Oh, howdy there, folks. Do y'all have a good sleep too?"
So the one here, the the Bane cultist, the one in the armor, closest to the commoner, towards the man who you all recognize as the proprietor of this bar, says, "Guess we don't need this one anymore," and just cracks him alongside of the head with a mace.
Well then,
Roll for
and,
initiative.
Lights
off.
All right, yep, let's roll initiative, everybody. I'll open everyone's doors, and as you're all doing that, as all of this is happening,
poor soul.
Gods.
then as all this is happening, the one closest to you, Anacola, kind of looks around, and he says, "Thank you all for the promotion. Never thought I would make it to leadership, but here I am. I have you to thank for it."
I have a question about the guy that got hit by a mace.
Yep.
Does he get to make death saves?
We'll say that he's unconscious and not dead for now.
Okay. Unstable or stable?
We'll make some death saves for him.
Okay.
I was having trouble selecting my token.
I think Layden also needs the tiebreaker. Probably won't matter much on this roll, but in general.
Okay, everybody in?
Yeah, I think Yeah, I'm in, but I got a crappy roll.
Was I able to go into Blade Song before or
Yes.
after?
You can go into Blade Song, and yeah, you can go in. Is it a reaction or an action?
It's a bonus action. I'm hoping to go into Blade Song before my first turn. Like, that was like, as soon as I heard, "You want to live, old man," I was going into Blade Song.
Sounds good. Okay.
Because I want to do something else in my bonus action the first turn, so.
Okay. So, There are several dead 3 cultists in here. From what you're hearing and what you've heard, this is likely to constitute the last of the dead 3 cultists in Baldur's Gate. The ones that simply were not present in the dungeon when you all raided it. Some of them are angry. Others are vaguely appreciative, but still in a murdering mood. Having been promoted to the uncontested leader of this group, this is the man that was saying that. Balafon, he'll be up first.
So, bonus action, casting Shadow Blade. And stepping out to right there with my... so, what's the light condition in here?
It's well lit out here.
It's well lit?
Yep.
Okay, so my familiar will be doing the help action. And I will be attacking with my Shadow Blade. Yeah, I want to hit that. I'm going to use my Session Inspiration now.
Okay, 24 hits.
So, 11 Psychic.
All right. So they stagger back, absolutely filthy, near emaciated person carrying a skull on a chain, jets back, and they seem to almost shrink away from you, almost in fear, before they turn and bare blackened teeth at you.
What is the source of light in here, just out of curiosity?
There are lanterns and torches throughout on the walls and whatnot. I can put physical representations of those down if you'd like.
It sounds like it's too much for me to be able to easily
We'll
make
say
it.
there are 4 lanterns in here
Less.
providing light, one in each corner.
Okay.
Could have your familiar knock him down.
That's it for me.
Okay. Brings us to this guy here. And as Althea walks out, says, "You look like a good fight," and approaches you.
She'll just kind of look. She'll just kind of look at him and be like, "You might regret that."
We shall see. Actually, I just realized this. So, before they approach you, Althea,
Mm-hmm.
you're going to see him lower his head down and from behind him pull a bucket helm, put it on over his head. And as he does, you see dark spectral creatures beginning to flit around him as he murmurs, reciting an incantation. He's casting Spirit Guardians.
Ooh.
Oh,
Damn!
so he's a cleric. Got it.
Right. And I believe that'll be his turn. Anacola.
How well armored is everyone in the room? All the enemies?
The most armored one appears to be the one here. He is wearing chainmail and a bucket helm, and he has a shield.
Ah, good to know. Okay. Oh, I can't use 2-level spells. Okay.
So that one used Spirit Guardians?
Yep.
So Anacola takes damage?
It's at the start of their turns.
Oh.
Start-
Let's
Oh.
start Anacola's turn.
Oh, yeah, it is. Anacola, I need a wisdom save from you.
Okay.
Uh,
Sorry.
They got
Those are my good saves.
really high roll on the frickin' damage, too. Ouch. You do save, taking 10 necrotic damage on a success.
Woo!
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, it was almost
Ouch,
max damage
okay.
roll.
Are you concentrating on something, Anacola?
No,
Guidance,
I
always.
I wasn't supposed to be. That was just a holdover from when I was concentrating on something else. The time limit definitely ended, but I succeeded. Yeah. Okay. So she's definitely going to heat metal this guy.
Okay, nice, nice.
That's guaranteed damage. Make him make
Yep.
the save.
Yeah.
I realized I didn't have to use Session Inspiration because my familiar was giving me advantage, so I had it already.
Okay, you can take it back.
Oh, and that didn't even pop up. There we go. Heat metal. Yep. Okay. So I cast heat metal, so they just
He can't drop his armor, so
yeah. Is it at the start of their turn
that's huge.
or?
Big.
No, it's right. It's on your turns. On your turn.
Oh, on my turn. Okay.
And then bonus actions on your turns after that.
Yeah, concentrate through this.
Right?
Oh, geez, that is a spread of spirit guardians. Okay.
Yeah. Spirit Guardians is wonderful when it's on your side.
Okay. So would I be able to see that range? Would I be able to see the range of spirit guardians?
Oh yeah, you can definitely see the spectral,
Okay.
the dark spectral spirits flying around him.
Does it go through full color or full cover?
I believe so.
Mm-hmm.
It is that area, period.
Okay, yeah, he takes 2d. No, he takes 10 points of fire damage, and then oh, whoops. Then as a bonus action, I'm going to use Shillelagh, I guess. Is it difficult terrain or something? Or
It is.
I don't know the properties.
It is difficult
It
terrain.
is? Okay, so so I'm here. Yeah, I'll just go over here.
Okay.
Yeah, so I cast Shillelagh and I did heat metal, and that's my turn.
Right. So let me do that damage.
Wait, no, I can't do that. I can't Shillelagh on the same turn. Just heat metal.
He does succeed on his con save.
Okay, I don't think it does anything though.
Okay.
Oh, you meant sorry, that con save. My bad.
Right. The concentration. Okay, so he has clearly selected his allies as. So he's going to point back towards one of his guys and says, "You go after the druid." And he's coming for you. No ranged weapons though.
Did you just take attack on opportunity from me?
He did.
Cool.
Let me see if he has a path that could have led him around. Nope, he wouldn't have been able to get nearly as far if he went around and back, so of course that
I
is a
didn't have
miss though.
advantage, so he's fine.
And then this fist is going to charge at you. Swings his mace for a 21 to hit. 5 bludgeoning. We then get to the Skull Lasher. Valifon still bearing their blackened teeth at you. This individual. This individual is going to swing that skull mace at you twice. 16 on the first attack.
Miss.
21 on the second.
Shield.
Nice. Okay, that is going to bring us to Althea. Oops. Althea.
Wisdom save.
Yep. That is a failure for 20 points of necrotic.
I'm resistant, so I take half.
Nice, that's helpful.
I'm going to. I want him to make another save. Hopefully, drop Spirit Guardians. Cast a spell. I'm going to be casting Shatter. I'm going to hit these 3 here.
Nice, okay.
Eh. It's okay, roll, not great.
Anything that gets him to make a concentration
Right?
save.
Yeah, so all 3 of them have to make their saves.
Okay. DC and damage, please.
It's 13 and 12 damage.
Thank you. Okay. 2 failures, 1 success. He took the full 12. Unfortunately, it didn't make it force him to con save, so I'm going to do that now. Succeeds.
Arg. You got a nat 20 on it. Man.
Did.
Alright, bonus action. I'm gonna use my Aesir healing hands to heal a couple hit points, and that'll be it.
Okay. Brings us to the Nightblade. You all remember them.
Unfortunately.
Is healing hands a bonus action?
It's a class ability, isn't it?
Oh, my bad. I didn't know. I have no idea how paladins work. I thought the Izamar one, I'm pretty sure is an action.
I'm pretty sure.
Oh, you're right. Healing hands is yeah. I'll just use lay on hands instead.
Yeah, that's what I thought you were using. Okay. Balafon, you have a new friend. He tries to stab you. It's only 11 to hit, though.
Miss.
Okay. Brings us to the Necromite here, who is going to charge down here, seeing these two guys coming through the doorway. I think he just sees Layden right now, but he's going to run down there. And actually, no. He is going to run about halfway there and reach out his hand, and a black spectral hand is going to detach from his own and float towards you, Layden, going straight for your throat. It is only a 13 to hit, though.
Well, 13 to hit, nothing.
All right. That's going to bring us to Kroll.
Okay. So, come 5, 10, 15. I come running out and attack this guy in front of me.
Okay.
With my battle axe.
21 is certainly a hit.
Okay.
Right for 8. Oh,
Ooh,
so
why
it's
it's
just 5.
Yeah.
It's are you swinging? It's doing the two-handed and the one-handed damage, which is something I thought I fixed for you already. Let me check something on your sheet.
Okay.
Because it's kind of like technically you only did 3 damage because of the D10, but it's not adding any of your modifiers to it, which is dumb. So I'm gonna fix that on your sheet right now. Oh,
Okay.
so up here on your character sheet, you have your battle axe. Oh, it's because you have your battle axe +1, right? And that's what you were just using?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm just going to update your other ones to reflect your magic bonus on there now.
Yeah, so if he's using that two-handed, he should have done 7 damage.
Right. There we go. Okay, here we go. Okay, so I'm going to delete your other battle axe, and now your only battle axe that you have is your +1. And now it's listed as one-handed and two-handed on your sheet.
All right. Sounds great.
I'm actually just going
And
to
that-
rename that to +1 battle axe, just so you know, for my own personal reference. So I know that damage is magical. Okay, go ahead and re-roll that.
So, one-handed.
20 hits. 8. Look at that. All right.
Sweet. And
I think it's fitting
I
that
don't-
the two Smashy Boys are the last to act and one after the other. All right, Layden.
Okay, so Layden is going to move 5. That's 5. 10, 15, 20, and then he's going to immediately do a breath attack.
Nice. Is it a line for you or a cone?
Cone. It's a cone.
You're gonna kick Kroll's ass.
I'm going to going after these 3 right here.
Oh,
Oh no, that's Valafon.
yeah, that's Balafon up there.
If you'd gone to here, you could have
Right.
breath attacked them,
Right there.
Yep.
and
Okay,
I'd be out of
that'll do it.
range.
That'll do it. Okay. Almost got you there, bud. And then I'm going and breath attack.
Okay. DC 12 for 8. Not bad.
That's my action, and then on my bonus action. Oh boy. Let's see.
Oh,
here.
fail.
Anyway,
Spiritual weapon.
that's what I was gonna do. Spiritual weapon. I'm just gotta cast it, and then I'm gonna cast spiritual weapon.
Okay, where would you like it?
Right over the cleric.
Perfect.
Okay.
And then that's it.
You
That's
gotta
my,
make an attack roll.
Make an attack with it.
Oh, I can. That's right.
Yeah.
I gotta make an attack roll. Okay, give me a second here. My sheet. All right, let me see here. Is this the? Where's the attack roll at? Is it the?
I don't have a
One
cleric
right-
on me, so
I'm not familiar with
okay.
how D&D Beyond does
Spell
it.
attack.
it
It's
should
like
be
a-
on the left-hand side of the.
Okay. Did that
That's
do
the
it?
damage.
No, that's the damage.
And you definitely want to keep that first one.
Okay.
So,
All right. I think
you
that
did-
might be it.
there
that
we
it?
go.
There you go.
14 does not hit.
Ah.
18,
Okay.
I think it's if you want
18
to
would.
do
Use
that.
inspiration and hit.
Yes, I'm gonna do my session of inspiration.
That does hit for 11 points of force damage. Let's see if that does it. Oh, Spirit Guardians goes down.
Nice.
Well done.
There we go.
All right.
Yay! And then
go
that's hold on. That was my turn. That's
All right, Balafon.
So, my familiar will once again be giving me advantage and attack with the Shadow Blade. Oh, 18
hits.
for 13 damage
Are
on
you at the
one I was
Nightblade?
attacking. Yeah, the same one I was attacking before.
Okay, that's the Skull Lasher.
Yeah, skull person.
18 hits for 13 points.
Yep.
Down he goes.
My room is dark. Yes.
It can be if you want it to be.
Yes, it is dark.
Okay, your room is dark.
I am going to risk the opportunity attack, and I'm going all the way. Yeah, I'm gonna go to here.
18 to hit.
Shield.
Shield. Okay. All right. That is going to bring us back around to the Black Gauntlet. And seeing all of this happen, the first thing that he is going to do is, Althea, you see him wind up like he's about to swing, his mace at you, but he swings it, and instead a deep, deep black, almost seeming to suck all of the light in the room into it, form of his mace flies forward at you as he casts Guiding Bolt
Okay.
at you, Althea.
Oh, yay.
Ooh, it's a 23 to hit.
Shield.
Shield, nice.
There goes my last spell slot.
Hey, welcome to being a warlock.
So
I'm
he is going to kind of let out a bit of a frown and take a step back. Anna.
Alright, okay, she's going to bonus action, snap her fingers, do 2d8 damage to the cleric. The metal gets hotter, and he takes 5 points of fire damage. Then she's going to step a bit closer to this guy and scream at him incredibly loudly. thunder waving.
Nice.
That is a sorry.
Con save DC 13.
Yeah, 13 fails. So that's 2d.
Oh no, that's the DC. So let me. I see DC 13 on your sheet there. On your.
Oh,
spell
it should be 14.
Should be 14.
Yeah, I have a 18 in Wiz, so it should be. It might.
Yeah.
On my sheet it says 14.
Oh, weird. Why does it say 13? Okay, cool. Yep. All good. 14. I will make I will make the roll right now though. What's the damage?
The
no,
damage
yeah.
is
DC 13 against 9. Okay.
Wait, no. What do you mean? I'm confused.
It's a DC 13.
It's a DC 14.
Oh,
DC
sorry.
14.
Yep. Sorry, I keep seeing. I'm so used to just looking at what's in the chat and going off of that. I will restart.
I think it's because you did the description instead of the actual
Yeah,
roll for it.
I clicked on it and it just nothing showed up in the chat.
14 for 9. There we go. Half on success. He does fail.
Oh, he failed? Okay, so he takes 9 points of damage and gets shot 10 feet away from me.
Ugh. Okay.
How nice of you to join.
Gonna look up towards you and look back in the room towards Anacola. This guy's kind of dumb. He's got an order. He's gonna follow it, which brings us to his turn.
Ha! Is he actually just gonna...
Yep.
Lol. Alright, I will be happy to capitalize on it.
Someone should healing word that guy
Aw.
who's dying, by the way.
Right, Anna. It is only a 13 to hit.
That misses.
Right. All right. That is going to bring us to the next Fist of Bane. It is face to face with Althea. It is a 19 to hit, Althea, and I believe
That's a
your
miss.
shield is still up, isn't it?
Yeah, it's on 25 AC right now.
Nice. Skull Asher is dead, bringing us to you, Althea. 18 hits. Okay. Anything else?
No, that's it. I was like, wait a minute, I could do here, but then I realized flanking is a thing. That'll be it for me.
Okay. Okay. Balafon. The man who is chasing you enters the doorway. And you see him look in, and he steps forward and pulls the cowl back over his head. And with your dark vision, you can see he's cut onto his face in multiple places, trying to flay the skin from the bones. He's still early in the process, but what you do notice right away are the two burning red pinpricks that are his eyes as he walks right towards you.
Yeah, I assume he can see here. I don't care.
Okay.
Welcome to the darkness, my friend. Let's dance.
Ooh, 2 nat 1s.
I mean, I have a 23 armor class right now, so I'm feeling pretty good.
Right. I mean, he is capable of hitting you even without a crit, but still, not with 2 nat 1s, he's not.
Sure.
All right. Brings us to the Necromite up in Kroll's face, and he is going to swing his skull mace at you, Kroll. It is a 20 to hit.
Oh, that hits.
Okay, for 8 bludgeoning.
Okay.
Brings us to your turn, Kroll.
Hold
Okay,
on.
good.
8
I was just
bludgeoning.
testing out Thunderwave.
All right, so Kroll is gonna give it right back to him.
All right.
So +1 battle.
16 hits.
Okay.
For 9.
9.
Your axe damn near lops him in half.
Boom. Take that. All right, for my second, hold on, I'm going to move 5, 10, 15, 20 over here.
Nice.
Next without, well, 25. So I'll go right there.
Shoving the table out of your way as you go.
Fuck yeah. All right, so I'm going to do my second wind, or not second wind, action surge, sorry.
Nice.
And I will attack again.
Right. 13 is not going to do it, unfortunately. Oh, advantage from flanking.
I got
19
flank.
will hit. Yeah.
All right. 7.
Not quite enough.
All right. Think I can do for a bonus? I don't think so. All right, that's it for me.
Okay, Layden.
Is there any maneuvers you
Okay,
can do to extra damage?
What's that?
Any maneuvers you can do for extra damage?
Oh, you about
Yeah.
tripping attack.
Yeah, I could do a trip.
Yeah, you could roll a superiority dice and add the damage onto it, and then he has to make a strength save against falling down or just die.
Okay, let's do that then.
Okay.
So roll a d8. Sorry, just a sec.
No worries.
Oh,
You cut his leg off and he falls on the floor.
Right? He did. I mean, can't
Nice.
stand if your leg gets cut off, right?
oh yeah.
All right. Layden's turn.
Yep.
All right. Layden's going to cast Guiding Bolt at the cleric.
Nice. 14 does not hit.
So much.
I've already used my
damage.
session.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I know. 23 radiant. Wow.
That's
Yeah.
So close to max.
Yeah. You got your bonus action spiritual weapon though.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. And then, yep, I'm gonna do spiritual weapon, so I have to roll that again, correct?
Yep, gotta roll the attack.
All right, give me a second. Spiritual weapon.
21's a hit. Roll that damage.
And then damage should be. Give me a second.
You can just hit this on the chat. You can just hit the spiritual weapon
Yeah, that big pink
red
button.
spot.
Yep.
Yeah. That works too.
Okay. Else from Layden.
And. Yep, that's it. That's Layden's turn.
All right. Balafon.
Yeah. I'm just gonna weld this guy with my Shadow Blade with advantage
21 hits.
for 15.
Oh, yeah. He goes down like a sack of bricks.
And I will. I will step out into the room, and y'all will see, because I don't think anybody's had a chance to see it yet. As opposed to his rapier, Valafon is currently holding a curved elven sword made of shadow, but around the edge, it looks like moonlight just outlining it. So kind of think about the Darksaber.
Nice.
But-
Mandalorian.
Yeah, but moonlight as opposed to that kind of clean white that the Darksaber has.
Nice.
That's it.
Okay. Brings us to the Black Gauntlet. What is the most devastating thing you could do?
He could crap his pants.
I mean, that would be devastating for him, like emotionally.
Emotional damage.
Emotional damage. Nice.
Psychic.
All right. I think he just reactivates Spirit Guardians, calls it a day. His action economy is pretty shit, unfortunately.
He didn't have spiritual weapon.
He doesn't.
That's kind of
Surprised. I know. I was surprised by that too.
wow.
Yeah, he's a strong enough opponent that I didn't feel the need to buff him. Though. Okay. Yep. Here comes Spirit Guardians. Not nearly as good a damage this time, but I'll take it.
Oh, do you roll once for Spirit Guardians and then
Yeah.
it's like the same? Oh, jeez.
Okay. 15-foot radius.
Oh.
That's nuts. That's obviously too big.
Imagine.
I thought he like upcast it, and it was like, yeah, it's like 50 feet
I
across.
wish you could upcast Spirit Guardians for a bigger radius. Wow.
Okay. Anacola, wisdom save. Oh no, that's not you. That's his friend. Never mind. You're good.
Yeah, he'll heal. 1 sec. I make the armor hotter again, and I do 16 damage.
Oh my god.
Oh!
So-
16 fire damage.
Wow. So as the
Concentration save.
the black spirits begin flitting around him again, you hear him chanting inside of his helmet, and then all of a sudden you just see the red hot armor, the chain links just begin to smoke and sizzle, and his chanting slowly transitions from words into just an inaudible, like an unintelligible scream, and then he drops to the ground.
Oh my god. Let's go. And she didn't even know. And she...
Right? You just hear from over there. "Ah!"
Yeah. And then she'll scream at the guy in front of her again and cast.
Oh, we still have an opponent.
Yeah, there's still one more up
no
there.
one- There's
You
one in my
smash him
room.
into the wall.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I start screaming at him again. I'll move this way just to be sure.
Okay.
Oh, it would be funny to go through the wall.
Oh god. Wait, what is the wall made of stone?
Yeah, if you want to stand right here, you can stand through the wall.
Well, I don't know. Oh god. Yeah, I climb on top of the desk, wobbling on a chair, and then she'll start screaming at him. DC 14, 7 thunder.
Okay. Oh yeah, he fails.
Yeah, he takes 7 points and goes through the wall.
Crashing through the wall, leaving a nice Baneite-sized hole in it.
I literally didn't get a chance to see the battlefield, by the way. I saw that guy do that one thing, and then I was in my room the whole time.
Yep.
All right. So with that, you all hear the coughing, sputtering of the man they initially knocked out, and he kind of slowly gets himself up, rubbing at his head. He's like, "Ah, I knew you lot were trouble. Fuck."
I hand him a potion of healing.
No need. I'm gonna use my healing hands.
I was going to healing spirit him, but I thought I correctly assumed that heat metal would be better.
Yeah.
No, yeah, heat metal
No,
against
he-
the one spellcaster is beautiful.
He heals 4 HP.
All right, nice. He's back up. That puts him at full health because he's just a commoner.
Healing hands. There you go.
So he's
There you go.
That guy
Sorry
hits
about
like an
that.
8-year-old girl. And we're gonna go ahead and call it a session there, everybody.